Venezuela is in the midst of a democratic and humanitarian crisis. On January 10, 2019, Nicolás Maduro illegally claimed the presidency of Venezuela, ignoring global condemnation of the rigged election. The democratically elected National Assembly selected Juan Guaidó to serve as interim president, but Maduro ignored the Venezuelan constitution and has refused to give up power. Hello, I'm Namita Begins, a spokesperson for the U.S. Department of State based in Miami, and this is U.S. Policy on the Democratic Crisis in Venezuela Explained. Since coming into power in 2013, Maduro has dismantled democratic institutions, imprisoned and tortured opposition leaders, and used the distribution of food as a weapon for social and political control. Venezuela used to be a prosperous country, but today, under Maduro's corrupt and incompetent rule, 59% of families are unable to buy enough food, and 1/3 of the population struggles to meet their food needs. Millions of Venezuelans have been forcibly displaced, and according to UN agencies, more than 5 million have fled the country. So what is the United States doing to help? The crisis in Venezuela has been a top priority. We support a return to democracy and have been assisting the Venezuelan people in tangible ways. Since 2017, the United States has provided more than $1.2 billion in aid to Venezuelans living in Venezuela and the surrounding region, bringing food, water, sanitation, hygiene, medical care, and social services to the people that need it most. We support self-determination for the Venezuelan people and recognize Juan Guaidó as the legitimate interim president. The United States joins a global coalition of nearly 60 nations and the Organization of American States in calling for Maduro to make way for the Venezuelan people to choose their own leaders through free and fair elections. Through sanctions and international pressure on the illegitimate regime, the United States is actively working to give power back to the Venezuelan people. I'm Namita Begins, and this is U.S. Policy on the Democratic Crisis in Venezuela Explained.